Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kara and I love to create through crafting, decorating, and cooking, and I also love to save money while doing all my favorite things. Today's DIYs are all items that I am going to be using in my guest room, and I have a couple signs and then a plant stand, or it could even be used as a bedside table, and everything is made with mostly items from the Dollar Tree. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get into the DIYs. Today's first project is a Wi-Fi password sign for our guest room. So I'm using this Be Our Guest sign and then the USA sign left over from 4th of July. I didn't like the heart on this Be Our Guest sign, so I'm just going to be using the blackboard from that. It had a hashtag on it, so I'm just going to paint over that with some Waverly Elephant chalk paint first, since the chalk paint has that really good grip to it, and then I'm going to go over that with some black acrylic paint so that it all blends in. Removing the hanger that came with this USA sign, and also removing the sticker because I'm going to use the back. And I have this printable from Canva that I made that has our Wi-Fi network name on it, and then it says the word password, and then I'm going to put that chalkboard sign underneath with our password written on it when this is done. And I'm just scoring the edges of this paper to remove the excess. I'm just using Mod Podge to attach my printable onto the back of my sign. And they do sell Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree, but I find that it's a better deal to get the larger jar from Walmart or somewhere else. And then I'm just using my hair dryer to help me remove a lot of the bubbles from this piece. I'm using my twine, and you can also get this at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to just make a quick border using this, so I'm measuring out how much I'm going to need to go around all of the edges of this sign, and then I'm going to cut that piece. And then I'm also going to use a piece of twine to cover up my seams in my paper and use as my hanger. So I'm measuring out how much I'll need for that too and cutting that. Then this is where the Dollar Tree pink finger protector really came in handy. If you don't have one of these, I would really recommend it. I think you get 3 in a pack, and it just really helps when you're doing a ton of hot gluing like this and you need to be able to hold something down for an extended period of time to make sure it's gonna stay. I have gotten so much use out of these, and I'm really glad I was able to find some. When I get to the part where my border and the hanger are going to overlap, I make sure to put the border over the piece of jute that I'm using for the hanger, just so that it's extra secure. And finally, I will just add that small chalkboard piece onto the front of this sign with hot glue. Here you'll see me spraying this with hairspray on the USA side just to keep the glitter from falling off. And altogether, this sign cost me just $1 because I already had the USA sign on hand, and all I purchased was the Wi-Fi sign with that little chalkboard piece. Next up is my plant stand, and I'm using this piece of wood that someone gifted to me. This was left over from a wedding, but they have them at Home Goods next to the cutting boards. And then I have 3 paper towel holders from Dollar Tree that I am just stacking up. You can see I'm kind of like interlacing them together so they're all connected, and then I'm setting it on the bottom of this wood piece to kind of plan that out. I went out and spray painted it black, and there's my cat Mango, always joining in the fun. And after I had them spray painted, I went ahead and took zip ties and used these at some of the points where the 3 paper towel holders intersect to kind of make them all hold together as one unit. As soon as I got a few zip ties on here, I would flip it over and try setting the wood piece on top of it, just to see if it was seeming stable or sturdy enough, and to see if I needed more stability. So you can just kind of play with it until it seems to be holding together pretty well with just the zip ties. So then I flipped my paper towel holders back over and started bending my legs for the plant stand. And these bend pretty easily if you just hold down the bottom part of the paper towel holder and bend it. It's pretty easy to bend. So just be careful though that you're not like cracking your paint, and do it slowly so that your spray paint doesn't go anywhere. Then I'm gonna just trim off the excess of my zip ties, and you're not gonna see these. The ones that I had on hand just happened to be black, so they matched the legs pretty well, but you're not gonna see them, so if you had a different color, that could also work. Now I'm drilling pilot holes for where I'm going to put my screws, and I am going to put screws in all of the little places where the paper towel holders come together to make a really small space. Kind of anywhere that I saw that a screw would fit well and not be able to jiggle around at all. So this does not look pretty or perfect on the bottom, but who cares? You're not going to be able to see it. And then I ran out of screws, so I just used a few nails in the other small holes where I thought it needed a little bit more stability, and here we go. This is how it turned out. I am so proud of this. I feel like the hairpin leg trend, I'm seeing it everywhere right now, and this only cost me $6, $3 for spray paint and $3 for paper towel holders. The final project for today, I wanted to make a bed and breakfast sign for my guest room, and I had looked on Etsy and I'd seen all these really funny signs that say like bed and breakfast, you make both, and I thought that was really witty, and I just really enjoyed that idea. So I was able to find 4 of these wood decor signs at my Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using a combination of hot glue and super glue to hold them together. I'm really hoping this is going to stay. It feels sturdy for now, so we'll see. As soon as I had the 4 wood pieces glued together, now I'm going to take my hot glue on the back of the signs. So really the front of the signs. I'm using the back for mine. And I am just going to slowly take my hot glue gun and put a nice thick bead of hot glue in the space between the 2 signs to really give this some extra support. For the lettering on my sign, I could have used stencils or something, but my friend Anna was coming over and she has a Cricut, and so I decided it would look really nice if I did use some vinyl on this. So I got this vinyl at Michael's and it was on sale. I believe it was like $6 for this roll of vinyl. So more than I would probably usually spend on a craft, but I think this is going to look like a really nice sign in the end, so I'm not worried about it. Anyway, so I have the words bed and breakfast in just this nice capital letter, pretty simple font, and then I'm going to make that cover up the middle 2 of my boards, and then the top board is going to say welcome to our in more of a script font. And I'm just using my credit card to apply these vinyl transfers to get it off of the transfer tape, and this works like a dream. It's just as good as any tool that the Cricut probably sells. And then finally, the bottom is going to say a getaway where you make both. So, haha, you make the bed, you make the breakfast, get it? I really like this, I thought it was hilarious. So I will just put that, center it under the words bed and breakfast, and put that on to the bottom plank, and carefully transfer that vinyl on using my Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet? I have a vinyl scraper in mine. And I don't have any footage of this, but I did just screw 2 really short screws into the back of this to use as my hanger to make sure that it would hang safely. And look at this, I absolutely love it. And I spent $4 on the wood signs and about $6 for vinyl, so 10 bucks overall. Thanks again for joining me as I put together these DIYs for my guest room. And if you liked what you saw today, please feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of what I create. Leave me a comment down below with your favorite DIY from today and let me know if you're gonna try to make one at home. I will see you guys next time. Bye.